Welcome, everybody, to a Marriage Like That podcast. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, and joined as always, because it wouldn't be a marriage without her,
It's true.
Mrs. Mary the Mommy.
Hello.
So, Mary, it's been a while.
Has been.
We have not done one of these since before the pandemic started.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, we're here doing it after quarantine.
Yeah.
And get ready.
I mean, to be fair, during the quarantine, we were 24 hours a day together, so it just seemed like, we would go down, and I was like, I'm just going to wait up here.
I wanted to do one. But, So, here on thescenesnobs.com, we're back again. We have a very special guest joining us tonight. He is a medium out of New York City. His name is Artie Hoffman, and he should be joining us very soon. But until then, how do you feel about talking to a medium?
I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. Because I don't need anyone to prove me wrong, but, the supernatural and all that, it's just really, kind of a very hot topic that people feel very passionately about one way or the other. So
that's absolutely for sure.
So
I will say this. I don't really believe in them.
Again, no proof needed.
I'm not against them or anything. I think it'll be fun. I like to talk to Artie. I'm always willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah, it's true. No, you're not.
Yeah, sure. Well, no, but if somebody has actual physical proof, or somebody can prove to me or show me something that astounds me, I'm always up for that. I'm just usually not wrong, so what's the point of trying to prove and it's marriage like that. So I am interested. But how have you been doing during the pandemic?
Good. Staying busy, just trying to take it one day at a time. I mean, it's tough. I keep feeling like we're living Yeah, but you always yell at me for talking to you. You always tell me to talk to the...
No.
All right, fine. So, babe, it's been good. It's hard, and, there are things that drive me crazy, but there are also, pretty important silver linings, being able to spend this time together and not having to commute and not
our guest is
by
here.
The bell.
So let's let him in. Artie, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Doing well. I am Mick, and this is my wife, Mary. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Mary. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you for being on the show. We really appreciate it. We're excited to talk to you.
We are.
That's really cool. Just ask me anything you want. Go anywhere you want, and I'll be right there with you.
All right. Well, we're just interested to know more. So you're a medium, and you perform. You're from New Jersey, correct? But you're out of New York City.
I'm from New Jersey. I live in New Jersey. I'm still in New Jersey. I'm like a half hour away from New York City.
Okay, great. Yeah, I grew up in Jersey City, and I moved to Carteret when I was just before high school. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you know where I live. I'm in Woodbridge.
Yep. No. Well.
Yeah, my brother lives in Jersey City.
Oh, okay. Right. I definitely know that well as well.
So I live right on Main Street in Woodbridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice area too.
Yeah. So it's all good. It's all good. So just wherever you want to go, just let me know and I'll follow your lead.
Well, we're interested in what you do. We want to hear more about you and how you're now. Do you do a show, or is it? I've heard you perform in AC in New York City most times, right?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I perform all over the place. I'm all over New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. People hire me to go to their homes. Are we actually on right now?
Well, we're recording right now, but yeah, we're just.
Okay.
we have an intro we can throw on there later.
Yeah.
But it's more conversational how we do it,
Yeah.
Oh, that's totally fine. Yeah. So I've been doing this for, what, 32 years now. I've been doing this for 32 years. I've read for over 32,000 people in my career. And I fell into this, well, we all know there's no accidents, but for argument's sake, by accident. And, I'm having a conversation with God one day. I had everything going right in my life, but I wasn't fulfilled inside. But, logistically, on the outskirts, I was married and nice house, and our families got along great and traveled, money was good, everything, everything was great, but I still wasn't fulfilled. And I'm having a conversation with God. I said, I need answers. Please give me answers, and please don't scare the hell out of me when you give me the answers. And so I go upstairs. I'm in my finished basement. So I go upstairs, and I'm in my kitchen, and I'm going through the junk mail. I usually throw out the junk mail right away. I don't have tolerance for it. So I looked at one of the postcards in the junk mail, and it said, how would you like to develop your psychic ability and intuitiveness? Go to the Edgar Casey Foundation for this one weekend seminar. So I said, shit, I didn't know you could learn how to do this. I figure either you had it or you didn't. And I was curious. It was just a curious thing. It wasn't like it was the answer to my prayers. I mean, in retrospect it was, but at the moment it was just like, just for shits and giggles, let's see if I can do this. And I asked my wife, who was my wife at the time, I said, you want to do this? It looks kind of interesting. She goes, I don't give a crap about that. She goes, you can go if you want. I don't want to go. So I went there, and there was about 50 of us in one room. And they broke us up. Oh, and they got you into this spiritual mode, into this spiritual zone, and there was a speaker, and they had beautiful music, and they taught you how to breathe and how to relax. And then they broke us up into groups, and they said, whoever you're with, whatever thoughts come into your mind, just share it with the person. Don't judge it, just share it. So I was telling people my thoughts throughout the whole weekend. That's what we were doing the whole time. And people were telling me how accurate I was. And I said, wow. As people were reading me, and they were pretty accurate too. And I just found it extremely amazing. So I went home, and I got myself a deck of spiritual cards, and I was reading for friends and family for the next few years, just for the fun of it. And again, people were telling me how accurate I was with my predictions. And I just thought, like, wow, this is so amazing. Every single time, I never take anything for granted with information. I mean, I see what I see, and I hear what I hear, and I share it with people. But I still don't take anything for granted with what I do. And, even though people many of times just say, hey, Artie, you were right about this, you were right about that. And, I say thank you all the time, of course, but at the same token, it's like, well, the answers were given to me. It's like, you want to know information, you Google it, and you get the information, for, life circumstances. For me, with the spiritual world, I channel into the spiritual world. They give me all the information, and I share it with the people. But, people have said to me, oh, there's lots of people like you who could just Google information and blah, 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 blah. I'm not out to manipulate. I mean, listen, I've read for 32,000 people. I got to be doing something right. And, with all the radio shows and TV shows that I've been on and stuff like that. So, it's irritating and actually offensive when people, when people call me up and they say, hey, Art, I was thinking about getting a reading from you. And I said, all right, you want to sign up? And I tell them my rates. And says, well, I don't know if you're legit or not. Can you tell me something? I said, look at my my testimonials. I said, I don't have to prove myself to you.
Right.
I said, I'm not going to give you a freebie. You want just a freebie and not sign up? It's stupid. It's like I've been through this before. There are people who do what I do that manipulate the public, that take advantage. And then there are people who are real, like myself, and you're just genuine. And, does 100% of the things come true? No. Does most of it come true? Yes. But, when I make predictions, it's not always, rock solid. There are things that are rock solid. Come hell to high water, what I see is going to happen. And that happens countless times. I mean, I've given out winning lottery numbers. I've given out You know, I've described people's future love. I've described the houses that they were going to live in. I've described, you know, I predicted births and stuff. But like I said, this is all because information was given to me. It's not like, so what I've learned to do is I become a good channeler. And that's a channeler to the spiritual world, whether it be my angels who give me answers psychically, or your loved ones are sharing information with me so that I could share it with you. And, you know, just because you knock on someone's door, you want to talk to them, doesn't mean they're going to be home. So for the most part, they usually are, but sometimes they're not. You know, so after going to the seminar and after reading for people for a few years, just for the fun of it, you know, I got to a point in my life where I needed extra money. And so I threw an ad in the paper, and it said, if I don't pull through, no charge, because I didn't want people to think I was ripping them off. And I didn't want the pressure of money to, you know, stagnate my abilities, you know?
Yeah.
So,
well, that's pretty good too. I mean, I don't think I've heard that from anybody.
90% of the people paid me, and my career just took off. It just took off by word of mouth, and then, you know, a little more advertising, but by word of mouth. And, you know, so I've traveled all over the country and all over the place. So it's, like I said, I love it. It's inspirational. And, you know, the funny thing is, growing up, I always wanted to be a therapist because I felt like I was really good with the public. I always felt like I was good with people and understanding people. But I sucked at school. I finished high school, but I sucked at it. And, you know, I was a C student at best. And, you know, so I'm thinking, like, how am I going to do this? You know, it's just a fantasy of mine where I could just sit at home and people come to my place and I just tell them what's going on. And it was literally just a fantasy, you know, but that's something I really wanted to do. Yeah. So the funny thing is, you know, I didn't go to college, you know, but I wrote a book called Angels and Answers. And in my book, it says I did go to college for 2 years, University of Maryland and Boston, but that was just to visit my friends. So,
well, you know, I've always been interested in, you know, in mediums and kind of how it works. I think I'm a bit more on the skeptical side, but it's like, you know, I want to believe. Like, it's just one of those things. I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I love
your
the
logical
idea.
side. Your logical side is saying, how is it physically possible?
Yeah, I guess.
The spiritual world could break all the laws of physics. The laws of physics means nothing in the spiritual world. And when I tell you moving mountains, I literally mean move mountains. And, you know, people have ultra strength when their adrenaline is rushed and somebody's in danger. And, you know, it's like, it's amazing what people could do. So there is life happening as our life is happening. Just because you don't consciously understand how it's possible or what's going on, you don't consciously understand another life other than the life as you know it. You know, if it's not black and white, then how is it possible? Well, if you believe, everything is possible, you know. And I am different. I am different than most people. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not better, but I'm definitely different. My mom prided herself, and she told everybody she had sex with an alien, and that's the only way she could explain me. You know?
Well, when you're meeting with people, is it more of a therapy from a therapy standpoint, or I'm just wondering, kind of like
both. Yeah, people have entitled me. People have titled me as their psychic therapist, with no question. I mean, I literally, here I am, always wanting to be a therapist, and I never went to college. And the funny thing is, I have therapists who sign up to come see me for answers, you know, which is a tremendous compliment, you know, and many of them. So, and again, you know, everybody needs their help. You know, I'm a pretty good psychic and medium, I'd say. And, you know, I can't see for my own self. I can't see crap for myself because I'm emotionally attached to the outcome.
Right.
You know, so I don't know if it's coming through spiritually or is it coming through within just my ego thoughts. So I have other friends who are psychic and mediums or whatnot. And so I ask them for answers, and I'll ask a couple of them, see if their answers correlate with one another, So, yeah, but it's an interesting trip. Is there life after death? Yeah, of course there is. But the thing is like, we're not of our body. Your body is not who you are. Your soul is who you are. And your soul is expressing itself right now, utilizing your body. So once your time comes and you die, you don't die. We never die. Even our loved ones who passed away, they're not dead. No one dies. Your body dies. And once your body dies, your soul, which is who you are, lifts up out of the body. Sorry about that. The soul lifts up out of the body and goes into the other energy form, which is what we call heaven. So it's a different energy form. So all your sickness, all your cancers, your heart disease, your COVID, your whatever, anything that you were suffering from, the moment you cross over, the moment you lift out of your body, all the pains, all of everything goes away instantly. And you're surrounded by nothing but unconditional love.
Yeah.
So when people say, "Oh, are they okay? Or they suffered for so long?" And no, they're perfectly fine. They're 100% fine, because you're not attached to all your physical body and medical crap and stuff. I mean, once your spiritual side leaves, it's like it's a piece of cake. And when people are in that halfway state, you've heard of people near-death experiences.
Mm-hmm.
People have really clinically died and they came back. All those people who came back did not want to come back, even when the ones that were in good relationships or with their kids or whatever. Most of them or all of them did not want to come back. The love is so strong on the other side. Nobody wants to come here. It's better over there. But a lot of times the angels push us back and say, no, it's not your time. Or your loved ones say, no, it's not your time. You got to go back. I don't want to go back. I'm going to stay here. And it's like, no, you got to go back. Yeah. And then you come back, you wake up, and you go, shit.
Now, you spoke of like physical ailments and how those disappear, but what about emotional ones? What about, like emotional baggage or scars that the spirit would bring and that weren't, sickness or physical attributes?
Yeah, the only thing that you're really concerned about now is your family members, because you're not attached to the earthly stuff anymore, all the challenges and stuff. But the new challenges will happen when you re-enter into another life, whether it be you come back to Earth or into a different planet or to a different, different hemisphere zone. But this isn't the only life that there is. There's other lives going on simultaneously while we're doing our thing, and it's a pretty good trip, man.
Yeah. I always think about the line from Contact where she's like, is there other life out there? And the dad goes, if there weren't, it'd be a pretty big waste of space. And I just always think about that, like it can't just be this out there.
No, it's not. And so it's like, it's funny. I'm hearing the movie from Platoon, I think it was Platoon, or no, wait, the one with Bill Murray, and he's in the army.
Stripes.
Stripes. And he's saying, so when she was just talking about, and a spirit was talking to me, when she was just talking about there's got to be more to life than just this, and I'm hearing a spirit saying, that's a fact, Jack.
So the spirits are a fan of the seeandsnubs.com.
Absolutely. They're also fans. See, so the funny thing is that when I get messages from the spiritual world, they'll send me images of movie scenes, like what just happened. A lot of times I'll hear songs in my head. So whatever's going on in that song, whatever's going on with that song that I'm hearing, that's what has to do with the person who I'm reading. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So this one lady, I'm doing a reading for her, and this is the first time I ever heard a song or a message. I'm doing a reading for her, and she said to me, so Art, what do you see for me in my relationship? I just did a full reading for her, and that was her last question. And in that moment, I heard Stevie Wonder singing in my thoughts. I was hearing the song, "That's me and you, a part-time lover." And I said, I hate to tell you, I said, I feel like he's cheating on you. She goes, I think you're right. I said, no, I know I'm right. I just heard that song out of left field. I know I'm right. So another time, a girl comes into my place, and she said to me, she says, Art, for the last 2 years, I've been thinking about you every single day. So I'm flattered. Not sexually attracted, but I'm flattered. And I said to her, I said, all right, so why are you thinking of me for every day for 2 years? She goes, you did a reading for me in your place 2 years ago. And as soon as we sat down at your kitchen table, you held my hand. And as soon as you held my hand, you told me you heard a song, Highway to Hell, I'm going to Highway to Hell by AC/DC. And you looked at me and you said to me, if I don't stop doing what I'm doing, I'm going to get caught really soon and I'm going to end up going to jail. And so I didn't listen to you. And one week later, I got caught at doing something I should not have been doing. And I got thrown in jail for 2 years. And every day I woke up and I asked myself, why didn't I listen to Artie? It's like,
oh my gosh, that's intense.
Whoa.
Now, do you have to have physical contact with someone that you're reading for, or?
No.
Okay.
No. It's spirit to spirit. It has nothing to do with the physical world. I've read for people in Australia, Indonesia, New Zealand, Ireland, England, Italy, and the hits just keep on coming. So it's like I said, yesterday I was doing a reading on a show, and there's a lot of people listening in the moment. And he says, Artie, he says, do you have any messages for anybody in the audience or who's listening in? And all of a sudden I saw this person. I said, there's somebody here right now who's giving acknowledgement that you put a frog or a turtle in their coffin, and also you put a teddy bear in. And they want you to say thank you. And I believe it's one of your parents, but that's they're giving acknowledgement, saying thank you. So a girl typed in to the show and said, yes, that's me, Melissa. I think her name was Melissa. And she said, I put a frog in my mom's casket and I put a little teddy bear by her head. And she said, I will always keep her with me. Don't worry. So, so it's like, how is I to know that, Spirit talks to me. I was in a restaurant one time. I got 1,000 stories for you. So, but I was in a restaurant one time with my wife when I was married at the time, and she went to the bathroom, and there was this long table next to us. It was set 8 adults, set 8 people. So the lady right next to me was sitting right next to me. She looked at me, very friendly, and she goes, "Oh, so how you doing?" And she goes, "Did you go to the show across the street?" Because there was a comedy show across the street that we went to. And I said, "How'd you like the show?" I said, "Oh, it was fun. It was great." And they go, "So what's your name?" And so I told her my name, and she goes, "What do you do?" And I said, "I'm a psychic and a medium." She goes, "Really?" So of course she told the whole table. She goes, "This guy's a psychic and medium." So a guy at the other at the other end of the table, Mr. Skeptic, he goes, "Oh, that's bullshit." He says, "Oh, there's so many psychics. They could just Google the information that quick." And that John Edward guy who's on TV, and he has people in the audience as we're waiting to come into the studio, and they're listening and Googling and blah, 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 saying all these scenarios and stuff. He goes, "I think it's a bunch of crap." He goes, "Could you read me?" I said, "Yeah, sure I could." So he comes over around to the other side of the table, and he comes over to me, and I go to hold I said, "Give me your keys or your watch or something to hold on to." So, because I'm picking off his energy. So I'm holding his watch, and I said, "You're looking for a piece of jewelry." I said, "And it's not there." I said, "It's either gold jewelry or it's a ring. It's diamond." He said, "But you're looking frantically, but it's not around. It's gone." And he goes, "That's amazing." He goes, "Because I've been searching for the last couple of days, my mother's wedding ring, and it was on the windowsill of the bathroom. And I did have a couple of workers in my house, doing construction and all. And then like after they left, I haven't seen it since. I said, because one of the helpers took it. He goes, oh, it's me. He goes, he goes to me, he goes, how did you know that? I go, it's easy. I just Googled you.
Right. Right.
Well, how
And
do
so he
you?
says, so he goes, can you do it again? He goes, try it again. So he gives me his watch again. I'm holding his watch. And I said, you're debating to switch insurance companies. I said, but you're to stay with the one you got. You don't have to move it. You're debating whether to move it or not. I said, but stay with the one you got. He goes, my boss just handed me a new plan yesterday that we have an option to stay with the health plan that we have, or we could switch to this company. He's giving us the choice. And I said, well, just stay with the one you have. That's the better one. He goes, how did you know that? I said, I told you, I Googled it.
Well, I'm wondering too. Well, first, I do have a question. I've always kind of wondered. I guess I've never Googled it.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a psychic and a medium?
A psychic starts with a P and a medium starts with an F. No, I'm only kidding. A psychic is someone who talks about your past, present, and future.
Mm-hmm.
Tells you outcomes, of situations. A medium is someone who communicates to deceased loved ones or communicates to angels.
Okay.
So that's the difference. And it's a different energy. I mean, I shift gears a lot of times back and forth. A lot of people ask me this common question, and so I'll just answer this for you right away. So when I'm out in public, I'm not on 24/7. My antennas are always down. When I want to turn it on the dime, the angels are always there to feed me information, to tell me what it is that whatever it is that I want to know for the person's sake, But when I'm out there in public, I'm just like everybody else. It's like I shut my energy down to the public because I don't want to know everybody else's garbage. I don't need to know what's going on with this or that, And I do have friends that are on 24/7 and they deal with depression all the time because they're picking up on everybody else's garbage. I don't want to do that. So I do say a prayer to Archangel Michael or to God and to my guardian angels. And I just say, thank you for your beautiful white light of love. And thank you for bringing me peace, happiness, balance, and serenity into my life today. Thank you for all the wisdom, true love, and good health, for all your beautiful miracles and blessings for me today. Thank you very much. And I just say that little prayer and I'm good and I'm golden. So I really don't worry too much, The funny thing is people have hired me to go to their homes to cleanse their house because they have spirits in the house. They want them out. So the funny thing is like when I go there, it's like all the activities will stop. It's like they know that I'm there to get them out or whatnot. So I haven't experienced, not one time that I do a cleansing on a house, I've never experienced, weird shit going on in the moment ever. And so, and then I do a blessing on the house and, it's usually, and for people who want to sell their houses, I do a blessing on the house to release the house and all. And, people pay me for my services to travel out to their place and I do a blessing, whether it be to release spirit or to help sell their home. So it's really cool. It's really, really cool what I do. It's unique. It's different, So a lot of people say to me, Art, you shouldn't be doing that. It's against God. It's devil's work. The Bible says this. The Bible says that. And the apostles say, that's really bad. I said, no, it's not. I said, because it's all what your intentions are behind your actions is what makes something right or wrong. I mean, are there people who do what I do who manipulate people who are jackasses? Yeah. Yeah, there are people who are really bad who do this. But I do everything with the white light and with God's assistance and the angels' assistance or your loved one's assistance. And I do everything with the best perspective, And so I say to them, if you're saying that if what I do is the devil's work, then I need to shake his hand and thank him because he's helped me save and heal thousands of people, emotionally and physically, So yeah, it's all a blessing. And that's the same thing with everybody and anybody, with all people's jobs or whatever it is that they do. You're going to have your good people and your bad people, So I just happen to be one of the good guys.
Right. That's awesome to hear. Um,
I have a question. So, as I understand it, it's a spiritual. Now, my question is, what about pets? Because I feel like there is a very strong emotional connection, that people have with, at least certain pets. And, is there a sort of, spirit or voice that comes in that, afterlife for animals as well, or is it just people?
No, pets are very spiritual, and they're a blessing to all of us. They do have souls, and I connect with pets also, who've passed or whatever. I get, little messages here and there. So it's like, how do you connect to pets or animals? Because what happens is that they will send me signs in picture forms.
Oh,
So when I see signs in picture forms, it describes to me what they're thinking or what they're saying or whatever. It's not like they communicate to me like you're communicating to me, but they communicate to me more in picture signs. And so there was a lady who called me up during one of my shows, because every Sunday night I do a Facebook Live show for free, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday nights. I do free FaceTime Facebook Live show, Angels and Answers, and I connect to people's loved ones, and I tell people their future. I let people ask me one question and one question only, and I get like about 1,000 questions within my show. So my assistant Mary will read off the questions randomly, and I'll just listen to her, and then I just answer it. So,
right.
So there was a point to this. So I do a Facebook Live show, 8 p.m. Eastern time, connected. It wasn't just about me advertising it. There's a reason. Oh, so a lady, yeah. So a lady called, types in, and she says, "Art, I'm having a problem with my horse. My horse is losing a lot of weight, and he's not eating, and we don't know what's wrong with it. I even brought a vet over, and he doesn't know what's wrong." And so when I zeroed in on the moment, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm better than they are. No, I'm only kidding. No, so I'm channeling, and then all of a sudden, the spiritual world was showing me the horse's stomach and intestines, right where the stomach and the intestines meet. And I said, the horse's intestines are inflamed, and it's right where the stomach meets. I said, and every single time that the horse digests its food, it can't properly digest its food because it's so painful that it's not, I said, it's having a hard time going through the intestines. He's very inflamed and he's in a lot of pain. That's why he's not eating, because it's too painful to eat. And so 1 week later, the lady Googled in again, or not Googled, but typed in a message to me during my show. And she goes, "All right, I want to give you an update." She goes, "I had the vet come back out to check out what you said. And she said, you were right on the money." She goes, "He has inflamed intestines, and we had to put the horse down because it wasn't savable. The horse wasn't savable. There was too much damage there, and the horse was filled with inflammation right there." So, like I said, I'm not a veterinarian. Obviously, I didn't go to look at the horse. I just got images and stuff. So, but, I have fun with it. It's not all serious. I mean, I joke around an awful lot. One of my favorite jokes to say on the air is when a girl will call me up and she'll say, "Art, do you see me getting pregnant soon?" And I said, "Yeah, when you stop watching my show and get in the bedroom, your odds are going to go way up."
That's fair. That is fair.
And I said the only solace I'll get out of that is that the next time you have sex, or the next 1 or 2 times, you'll think of me when having sex. I said, just don't yell out my name. You'll throw off your partner.
Oh, God.
That's pretty funny. Well, could you show us some examples? I don't really know how it works, so I don't want to offend in
all right,
way.
Hold on. All right. So you're, I think I'm reading you. There's 2 of you right here, and I could be reading her when I think I'm reading you and stuff. So usually when I read people, they're individuals, but that's okay. The 2 of you will figure it out. But it's like one of you is the peacemaker, the one of you is the peacekeeper, the peacemaker. Like you're the one that is, and I think I'm talking, to you. And I keep on getting like you're the one that's going to need to resolve family matters, family issues, because I keep on seeing the peace sign and stuff. And it's okay if you don't understand it now, you'll understand it a little later. But I'm getting you're the one that's going to have to step in and create balance and make sense of it all, because there's a few people within the family that they are not seeing on the same page at all. And it's like they're talking two different languages to one another. It's like they only see things from their point of view and the other person's selfish, and vice versa and stuff like that. And it's like you're going to be able to make rhyme and reason of everything very easily. And you're just going to have to speak in a way that they could appreciate to understand. See, so when I want to deliver a message to somebody, I use a lot of analogies and metaphors to get my point across. Because, I want people to understand what I'm saying. So I talk in a way that they're going to understand. But like I said, I feel like you're the one that's going to have to step in and resolve matters to make everything right within the family so that, there's more understanding. Is it one of your mothers passed away?
No, they're both alive.
All right, it's got to be the grandmother or somebody who's a motherly figure or grandmother, because I keep on somebody who you're very close to, and because I keep on seeing pennies and dimes around that they're leaving you to let you know that they're around you. Is there an Anne Marie or Mary or Anne Marie?
I have an Anne Marie, but I have an Anne Marie, but she's still alive right now.
Okay, because the person who I think I was connecting to has to do with on her side.
Okay.
Has to do with in connection with her, because I just got an Anne Marie. So this person who I'm communicating to, as far as the other side and all that, there's a person, and it has to connection with the Anne Marie.
Okay.
Hold on a second. And I don't know if it's you guys or it's going to be Anne Marie's family, but one of you is going to be getting a new pet real soon. Is going to be getting a new dog or a new cat real soon.
Definitely not us.
It's against our lease right now, but
yeah. Well, it'll probably be Anne Marie or something, because I am seeing a new pet. As a matter of fact, it is a dog, and I feel like it's going to be like a Scotty type of dog. It's going to be in that family, and that kind of. If it's not a Scotty, it's a breed that's similar. It could be a St. Charles dog too.
Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, definitely Anne Marie than us.
Yeah.
So what is it with I'm seeing I keep on seeing the Snoopy dog right now, and it's like I'm seeing like the Peanuts, Charlie Brown, and I keep on seeing.
Did I put a picture? No, I'm just kidding.
What?
No, that's we had he was a Beagle Border Collie. He passed away.
He was a black and white dog.
And we always like equated Snoopy to him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he's around. He was very, very happy with you. He was very, very happy, and he's very happy right now also. And he doesn't want you to feel guilty about anything.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
You're gonna make my wife cry.
Yeah. So, but no, he's in a very good place right now, and you're going to be. Do you have night lights in your house?
Yeah, plenty of them.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. But you're going to be seeing the night lights flickering on and off. But that's going to be your dog actually making that happen.
Oh.
But and is one of the night lights red?
Both boys actually have the red.
Oh yeah, they do have red.
Because they have the like multicolored ones where you can pick which color it is.
No, because it's the red one. It's the red ones. That's the one that you're going to see flickering on and off.
Have to try that.
Yeah.
What else? There's also somebody around you. It's either when they pass or it's their birthday, right around Christmas time.
Yeah, I had a few family members who
Yeah.
passed around Christmas time years and years ago.
Yeah. So they're around you right now, and one of them liked to drink. One of them was a drinker,
Yeah, that's for sure.
big time. Because I just heard cheers.
Yeah, it sounds like him. That's an uncle of mine. Oh, that's great.
And he just said it's pretty cool over here.
Oh,
He just said it's pretty cool over here. And he goes, there's nothing to be afraid of on the other side. He goes, there really isn't. And he goes, I'm in the mood for a beer. And he loved barbecuing also.
They all did. Every one of them the best during Christmas time.
Yeah.
They're all family, so hopefully they're having a good barbecue up there.
yeah.
I always tell people, heaven has a buffet up there. The food is to die for.
Yeah, that is a
My
good
kids are gonna love that one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh, that's wow, yeah. I mean, definitely brought tears.
Yeah.
Ever since we lost our dog, it's been sad.
Yeah.
Of course. So that is a beautiful sentiment to
And
hear.
we have our youngest actually, who just turned 4. He was
He was 1 when he passed away.
1, and he still talks about Ramrod and how he misses him and wants to see him, and he still, because we moved after we lost the dog, he thinks Ramrod is still at our old house, so he keeps wanting us to move back.
Yeah.
So
No, and that's why the dog said, don't feel guilty and all, because, that would totally make sense to me. But the dog is with him, and you'll see it's going to be on a birthday. It's going to be a holiday or a birthday that the dog is going to make himself appear to your son.
he'll love that.
And you're going to hear him say, "Mommy, mommy, guess what? I just saw." And don't deny him, because it's the truth. So whether he comes to him in a dream or he's going to actually acknowledge,
Right.
something of him or about him, and it's like,
Nice.
he will.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. They were friends.
They
for
were
sure.
best friends.
Wow, yeah, it's
Comforting.
It is comforting. I guess that's a great word.
There was somebody who passed away who used to tell a lot of jokes or Polish jokes?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll say my grandfather did that. I had
Because
a few.
I'm getting a lot of silly jokes and Polish jokes. Did you hear the joke about the Polish guy who won the gold medal? He was so happy about it and so proud of his gold medal that he went out and had it bronzed.
That sounds exactly like what my grandfather would say. That's a good one. So that does sound just like something he would have said too.
And also strawberries was a big thing with him. It's either strawberries or cherries that he liked.
He definitely ate both. He would keep like a bowl that had walnuts, stuff like that. Like he always had like some kind of like little snack he would eat.
Yep.
While he watched the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And one of two things is happening. I'm not sure which it is because I'm a little confused. Either somebody was a big Barbra Streisand fan, or you guys were just looking at a bunch of old photos.
Get out of here. Well, she's definitely a big Streisand fan. And yeah, I was. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying. Like, I've literally the past week been scanning old photos.
It's my grandfather's 89th birthday next week, and so we're compiling a video with like birthday wishes from family members and old photos that my mom and I gave to include, and literally that's all you've been doing.
Oh, do you know how I know that though? I Googled it.
Well, I'm always. I think it's the skeptical side of me that keeps like wanting to turn. Do I have old photos behind? Like I don't know. I'm like,
Right.
Put
you
it
know,
this way.
it's so astonishing.
Yeah.
Put it this way. I want you to understand. I can't see shit without my reading glasses. So, like, as I'm looking at the both of you, I know you're wearing red, you're wearing green, a male, female. I see that, but my vision's very blurry, and I can't see what's on your walls. I see stuff on your walls, but I can't see anything on because unless if I have my reading glasses on.
This is all movie memorabilia and paintings and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's literally, there's I don't know. It's just it's that thing in your brain that's just like, what's going on
Because you
here?
hear so many stories about people that are, scam artists that do that type of thing.
No, it's freaking me out. That's what it is. Because I'm like, I didn't know about the pictures of Barbara. Well, I mean, Barbara Streisand. So many people are a fan, but the pictures.
But the thing is, it's like when I was before I said that, I heard Barbara Streisand singing "Memories of the Corners of My Life." So that's why I said to you, I don't know if you're a major Barbara Streisand fan or you were going through a bunch of old photos just recently.
Well, it's definitely for me. It was the old photos. I've been going through nonstop like crazy.
Yeah, and with her, it has to do with Barbara Streisand. So that was a double. Talk about killing two birds with one stone.
Yeah, and they were her memories because they're from when she was a kid. So that's so crazy.
So
your
like
mom
I said,
I know.
So I just share with people with what I know. The funny thing is, you'll get a kick out of this. My license plate says, "I just know." That's what my license plate says. So this was really funny. So I'm at the Jersey Shore a couple of weeks ago, and I was getting ready to. I'm taking off my shoes. I'm brushing off my feet and everything before I walk outside my car door, and there's a walkway right by my car. And so there's an older couple. They're probably in their late 70s, early 80s. And so the guy looked at my license plate, and he walks up to me, comes into my space because I have my car door open as I'm leaning out, getting my shit together. So he comes up to me and he goes, "So tell me, what do you know?" Because my license plate says I just know. So I looked at him and I said, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
That's hilarious.
That's really awesome. Artie, this is really amazing stuff. Like, all right, you got me with a lot of this stuff. I'll give you that.
Put it this way: put your guards down. Just know it's real. Just know there are some people who are really good and other people suck. It's as simple as that. And
That's
anybody, when you go for a reading, if anyone ever tells you somebody put a curse on you, just get up and walk away because they're one of the bad guys. You know who put a curse on you? The person who just told you somebody put a curse on you. Because they plant that seed in your head. Of course you're there to see them because your love life sucks or your family life sucks or whatever. And that's why you're having all these problems. So they'll tell you a couple of things to hook you to say, wow, that was really good. And then they end up, screwing you over for thousands of dollars because for $80 million, give me $80 million and I will release the curse and I will give me a piece of gold jewelry and I'll bring it to the Vatican and have it blessed and burn a candle, blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, that's all bull crap. If somebody tells you when you're going to die, just get up and say thank you, but no thank, and just leave because that's very cruel for anyone to do that to anybody. I don't care if you're 28 and they say, 50, you're going to die at 35 or you're going to die at 52. I'm not saying anything of a prediction. I'm just saying what other people say. And it's like, you plant that seed in somebody's head, even if it's 10, 15, 30, 20 years ago, whatever, you can create it to become a self-fulfilling prophecy because someone who you put trust in told you, and now you're dealing with anxiety and worries, So, so it's not good. And I never tell people ask me, Artie, when do you see me living? When do you see me dying? I say, no, I'm not even going to tell you that, even if I know. The only time I'll talk about when someone's dying, if you're already taking care of somebody who's on their deathbed, it's inevitable. That's different because you want to know so you could set up plans or whatever it is. That's totally different. But when you are, pretty normal or healthy or whatever. I mean, I've told people, oh, don't worry about dying because I see you living a longevity life. That's different. I'll say, you know, I see you living like in your 80s or 90s, and I see you living way up there. So don't worry about it. And they go, oh my God, thank you so much. And stuff, you know?
Well, let me ask. I got to ask this one thing, and that's it.
I didn't study, but you could ask.
I started the Scene Snobs, which is our channel, about almost a year ago. We're coming up on a 1-year anniversary. And I got to ask, is it going to be successful?
It will be successful so long as you keep on putting your positive energy into it.
All right.
It sounds like I'm giving you common sense, but I'm really telling you, it will be successful so long as the two of you and your energy is there. It will happen. You give a half-ass effort, you're going to get half-ass results. So you're going to, if you really want it to happen, you have to treat it like a business, and you have to treat it professionally, and it will manifest itself. And if you're just hoping for whatever, the bottom line is, the most important thing is to have fun with it.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. When you stop having fun with it, even if you're successful, if you're not having fun with it or appreciating it, just know when the show is over.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. That's good advice.
So long as you're putting positive energy and you're enjoying doing it and stuff, listen, you're going to have a few bad days here or there. That goes along with the program. But the bottom line is, so long as you make your efforts, you know, wonderful, then and you're keeping your energy positive, and enjoy it. As simple as that. Don't stress out about it. You know?
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's great advice. Thank you. And Artie, thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us more about, you know, it's definitely opened my eyes with quite a few things you said.
Yeah.
He's been hailed.
All these questions now, but I don't want to take advantage. So,
you know, there are some times where people will ask me certain questions, and I don't know the answer the moment they ask me, but they'll ask me some really heavy-duty questions, whether it be about their relationship or health or whatever. And I said, well, or about their kid, you know, if their kid's on drugs or something, is he going to get healthy or whatever? And I said, well, before I ask the angels, do you want to know the truth? I said, do you really want to know the answer? I said, it could be the greatest news and it could be the crappiest news, but I'm going to tell you the truth. Now, usually when I say that, usually in that moment, I'm usually getting already instincts about it, but I'll look at the angel cards and see what they have to say. And I'll tell them the truth. And sometimes it's great news, sometimes it's not. But people ask me, Artie, do you ever tell people bad news? And I do, but I just don't drop a bomb on them. I tell them how to deal with the bad news. I tell them how, I teach people, I give people back their power so that they don't feel vulnerable to the person or to the situation. I give people back their power so that they could live a happy and a healthy life.
Right on.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, so there are people who come in for a psychic reading to see me or whatnot, or by phone. And right away, I'm giving them emotional information on how they're thinking or how they're feeling. It's not always the problem that's the problem. It's how you choose to deal with it or how you choose to deal with the person. That's what the problem is. And if you're always like feeling anxious and you're not speaking your truth or speaking up to the person or the situation, you're always going to hold anxiety and fear and worry because you're not putting it out there to try to fix something, to make it better.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd rather give people back their power, that kind of information, than just say, oh, I see you're going on a spontaneous vacation and somebody's going to be asking you to watch their pet and, you know, just like frivolous stuff, you know. So I was talking to a lady before I was doing a live show in Atlantic City. And a lady said to me, she came up to me, she goes, so what are you doing? What's your performance for? I said, I'm a psychic. She goes, well, what kind of psychic are you? Like, what do you do? I said, you know, I give people deep meaning answers to their life. I said, I'm not the type of psychic that'll just look at you and say, oh, I see you got 3 sisters, you live in a red house and you're going to Florida. She goes, but I am, and I do. I go, what? I have 3 sisters. I live in a red house, and next week I'm going to Florida for a week for vacation. I said, oh, I guess I can do that.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Well,
So I
you know,
say
like,
a lot of things inadvertently, not realizing how on point I am. But the angels just feed me those messages.
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And I do have to ask, clarify, which one of us has to be the peacekeeper?
I think it's you. I
Me?
think it might be you.
Well, it was a peacekeeper with family. So like.
Yeah, we're
help
family.
with
I was hoping it was you. I don't want to put it in work.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, but I see a big peace sign. I see a big peace sign. And so it's like, you know, when I think of peace sign and Beatles and John Lennon and
Yeah.
all that type of stuff, it's like the peacekeeper, the peacekeeper. So you're going to see, you're going to be put in a situation whether you like it or not. And if it's not family, it could have to do with work also, but you're going to end up being the peacekeeper to put two and two together for people who are at odds with each other.
Huh. Interesting. Well,
You hold the power.
now you got, if it's you, you got to listen. But Artie, thank you so much for coming on the show and really opening our eyes to a lot of stuff. Yeah, my only two experiences with psychics, I was young.
Yeah.
And they both told me I was going to be like some sort of protector or saver of the world. And I told them both, I'm like, you are crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't believe that one. But
Yeah, I've never had a reading or anything. My mom did when she was, before she married my dad, and she swore by it. I'll have to definitely check out your Facebook Live on Sunday.
and we will promote it. We will
Yeah.
be promoting it.
Thank you. Yeah, when I it amazes me that I could do what I do. I mean, and the reason why I got to be so good at what I do is because, when you do something repetitious, I mean, like I said, I've read for over 32,000 people, so it just comes very naturally. And also, yes, I am very blessed. I am. And, and I thank God and the angels every day for this beautiful gift. And if I could help heal, other people, then great. And, I make a living at it. And, so it's all good. It's all good. So, and I get to meet nice people like you.
Oh,
And yeah, I'm the peacekeeper. This was wonderful. It really was. And you definitely made us feel a lot better about Ramrod.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
For real.
Always
really-
just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind that everything is possible. And if you want something bad enough to happen, it's going to happen. If you want it bad enough. If you're going to allow no's to get in the way or obstacles to get in the way, then you're not going to succeed. You don't want it bad enough.
Yeah.
I have a saying right outside my place. It's a Chinese proverb. And it says, if you get up one more time than your failures, then you'll succeed.
Yeah. That's a great saying too. A great proverb.
Yeah.
But, yes, and again, oh man, my head is still kind of floating on it a little bit. Especially knowing about those little pictures. I feel like I was just doing this all week.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. And
it's funny. And like I said, you're gonna experience the pennies and the dimes and the flickering of the red lights, and and then your son, all of a sudden he's gonna have peace of mind that whether it be through a dream or he's gonna feel like he did see, like I just saw him run by, like I just saw, say, oh, cool. Don't say you're crazy. Don't tell him you're crazy.
Oh no.
Just say, but just always embrace him.
No.
I
can't. I'm so excited.
I know.
Always think outside the box.
Yeah. It's good advice.
That is great advice. Yeah. Especially for doing stuff like this and trying to be as creative as possible.
Right.
Yeah, when you take risks in life, that's where the magic happens. When you step outside the box and you take a risk, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. If you don't try, your chances are zero. If you try, you're automatically at 50%.
Yep, that's true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, Artie, do you have anything upcoming that you want to promote?
Yeah, I have a book called Angels and Answers.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you that people who order this book, because I've heard it countless times, you're going to think that I wrote this book specifically for you. No lie. You're going to have a lot of aha moments. Like you had aha moments with this show. You're going to have aha moments when you read my book, because it explains about why life is the way it is, and certain things behind the scenes, how God thinks or operates, or why, about free will, about relationships, about angels, about saints. It's not a thick book. It'll take about an hour to read. If you're a decent reader, it'll take about an hour. If not, maybe a little longer. But yeah, I'm very proud of that book. And I was channeling when I was getting a lot of messages with this book. So one of my assistants said, Artie, the public wants more of what you're writing. You gotta get more information out there. People want more of your book. So I wrote a second book, and it's in the editing stages right now. And it should be out by the fall time. And you're gonna love the name of my book. The name of the book is called Have Your Angels Call My Angels.
Oh, nice.
That's
Very
amazing.
Nice. I like it. So make sure everybody be on the lookout for. Go get Artie's book now.
Yeah, so you get it. You get it by going on my website, artiehoffman.com, or you could order it on amazon.com.
Nice.
And also, I have Instagrams with inspirational messages. So whether you go to my Facebook or go to my website, or go to my Instagram, Artie Hoffman. There's inspirational messages that I send out every day, and I channel this, and I have wonderful assistants that puts artistic colors to it and beautiful pictures with it. You're really going to appreciate starting off your day that way. And if anybody wants a private reading with me, whether it be in person or over the phone, or if you want me to do a speaking, or I do events and I do fundraisers and all, you could always give me a call at 732-778-7173, and I'll repeat it, 732-778-7173. Or you could call me, text me, or artiehoffman@gmail. You could email me, or just go to artiehoffman.com. And I got a lot of YouTubes on there that you're going to appreciate, that explains a lot about life. I have like a bunch of 4 or 5 minute YouTubes posted up off my website. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I will definitely make sure all of that information gets into the description of everywhere we put out on our social media, and on where the video and the podcasts go up, so everybody will be able to see that and contact you. But yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It's really funny. I'm going to tell you a little joke that I wrote in my book, so that it says, "It makes me laugh." That's one of the chapters, one of the pages. And what it says is, for all of you people who don't believe in God, who say there is no God, I said, so when your kid sneezes, what do you say? Better luck next time?
That's a great point. It really is. That's amazing. And yeah, I'm going to start using that one too. But, yeah, thank you again so much for coming on. It's been a nice breath of fresh air, I think, for us to learn more. And we always appreciate doing stuff like this.
I mean, I do have to say, I think there was a little bit of anxiety, like, what is he going to tell us? You know what I mean? Just skeptic or not, you still, I think, worry a little bit. So. Well,
you aren't skeptical at all.
Well, so people are afraid to hear bad news. When things are going great, it's like, oh my God, there's this and that, But like I said, if I do tell people this and that of anything that's what I see might be bad or whatnot, you have the ability to change things. Like I told you the story with the one girl. Yeah. I told her, I said, stop doing what you're doing, otherwise you're going to get caught. And she got caught. What do you want me to tell you?
Right.
Learn a hard lesson.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So. But thank you again.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me on your show.
Anytime on any of the Scene Snob shows, please. We have 11 shows, so I mean, anytime you want to come on, promote anything, please feel free to do it. We had a lot of fun.
It's like a garden. Your show is like a garden. If you feed it and nurture it, it will grow. Yeah. As simple as that. Whatever you feed and nurture in life, it's going to grow.
Yeah.
Yes. No, that's absolutely true. Yeah. We definitely understand it as parents, so as business owners, it's good advice. Too.
Yeah, even as just a married couple. I mean, any relationship and endeavor, it's good advice. Yep.
And that's why it's important.
Just keep life simple. It's as simple as that. Communication is key. Communication is always important, and keep life simple.
All
Don't make
right.
it harder than what it has to be.
Thank you again, and well, I think
All
we've
right.
got good advice,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you coming on the show. And,
Awesome.
we can,
Until next time.
Until next time.
absolutely. Thanks a lot, Artie. Take care.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for having me.
Have a great weekend.
You too, hon.
See you.
Okay. Give it a few seconds. Let's just kind of do a quick ending for us on how.
Okay.
We're still recording. There you go. You record
You can see my sweatpants.
Sorry. Well, and you can see my hand doing this the whole time. So, how'd you feel about that?
I don't know. It's kind of intense. But I also now kind of, we'll talk to you later about, I don't know, like doing a reading. I feel intrigued and I want to know more, But at the same time, there is something to say about, being ignorant and naive about certain things in news, like you said, sometimes you don't really want to hear it. So
Yeah, no, but I mean, to have somebody come on and have a gift like that, like, and you walk away, where's your brain right now? How do you feel? Like, is it, because I feel a little bit elated from it.
I do too.
Not
and I keep
bad
thinking about
in any way.
what it is, like the pennies and the dimes. I feel like our grandma.
That feels like my grandma too.
Yeah.
So like it's but like in a different way. She didn't like leave them places for us.
But see, we always heard if you see a penny or a dime, someone in heaven is thinking about you.
I've never heard that. So that's something that was probably for you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's not something I ever heard.
But the ramrod was
Yeah,
crazy.
especially the Snoopy part.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing about Ramrod.
And we don't post.
I can say with a surety, it can't be my Facebook because there are pictures, but you can't. If you're not a friend, and he's not a friend. Right. No, right. You can't see anything. Even still, like how much research did you do if you're reading,
3,200 or 32,000?
And how would he know to equate Snoopy? It's just that was just something, and that came up because we got Jack Tommy little Snoopy dogs to remind them of Ramrod. That wasn't even like when Ramrod was alive. That was after. So to hear that,
I'm looking forward to being able to see him because I know Jack misses him so much.
Well, it's definitely interesting. How do you feel like that hit, like something like that, like for marriage?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
Like, we're married. It's a marriage like that podcast, so.
Oh my God, are we?
No, but like we're talking to a psychic and they're telling you like things with the family and stuff like that.
Well, that's, I mean, again, we're not the only ones I know, that aren't going through tough times, especially right now, let alone just marriage itself is hard. And I always do that, even before I got married, I always just kind of expected it, not all the time, but, quarantine and all of this stuff is definitely making it harder. But, there are certain things that you almost don't want to hear, but like you said, even if he tells you, you have the power to change it. And I think a lot of times, intuitively or just, not wanting to admit it out loud, you already know within yourself, what you could do, what you should do, what changes you can make or what effort you could do to improve it. But I feel like we are our own barriers, and whether it's out of spite or a grudge or whatever that is, you're like, well, I'm not, I should have to do it, So I don't know. It's kind of crazy.
But yeah, no, and it was a hell of a way to come back.
Yeah.
To have guys like this and discuss things like that.
I was nervous though. It's like, oh, God, what are we gonna say? Right. Only tell us the good stuff.
But well, I mean, we appreciate you guys listening and watching, and we'll be back with more marriage.
And definitely check out his show. I mean, I know I am gonna try and learn more.
A live show, you get to ask a question. Why not, right? So yeah, no, check it out. Why not? Like, there's no reason not to. And there's no reason less skepticism that at least stop you from going to check it out.
Right.
Always check things out. Why
Right.
not? So
Yeah.
it was very cool to have Artie Hoffman on the show
Yeah,
today.
it was. Thanks again, Artie. That was rad.
Yeah. So thanks again for joining. As always, I am Mick, and this is Mary. And you can catch us. This is the Marriage Like That podcast, but you can always catch this and any one of our shows on thescenesnobs.com. Also, check out Kimball's Cookies on Facebook. It's a brand new cookie business that Mary the mommy has started, and she does fantastic with it.
Thanks.
So if you ever need cookies for an event or
Right.
something, she can do something special for you.
Yeah.
So check out Kimball's Cookies, KIMBALLS Cookies. It's over on Facebook. So,
Yeah.
but thescenesnobs.com, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up, so make sure you're checking it out. Star Trek week, first week of September, we have like 30 guests coming on, and we have all week, and we have live shows all week. So, you got to put them out.
Well, it was hard to do. Like, I
Live
don't
long
can't
and
even
prosper.
do it with this hand. Like, force it.
Oh, my wife. She's so beautiful. Kind and smart and intelligent and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in trouble. But it's a marriage like that.
Hey.
So, best way to end it. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.